South, where they say the game just means more, there's only one game considered the Deep South's oldest rivalry. From black jersey debuts to brands of Jordan hair, this matchup has had it all. A live look between the hedges, Sanford Stadium and Athens. It's the Auburn Tigers and the Georgia Bulldogs. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Howie Rowe.
Hey guys, Georgia's head coach told me pregame, this running back has been unstoppable this season. He is ranked top 5 in the country in rushing yards, and people are starting to mention his name in the Heisman talk. He is really devastating at the line of scrimmage, showing patience running behind blocks, and coach said he belongs in this conversation as long as he keeps his head down and continues to do his job. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. The fans are ready for this one. The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Brown wants to pass. Here comes the heat. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat.
And listen to this crowd. On the opening play of the game, the defense picks up a huge sack and they force a negative play. Just imagine, David, being this quarterback for a moment. You were already facing a lot of pressure. You were already facing a great pass rush. And it just feels like a tidal wave of emotion, putting you in a hole early in the game.
And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, you want to start fast and you're a defense, that's how you do it. Get to the quarterback not once, but twice in a row. You're not letting him feel comfortable from the start of this game. Great execution by this defense.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. They'll flip it out to the back on the screen. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Not a lot of room to field this one. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Frazier. Guys, only Minnesota and Wisconsin have played more often than Auburn and Georgia. This rivalry is rich in tradition.
And you're right, Reese. This goes back to 1892. A long time. This game has been heated. You know a bunch of the names, a bunch of the storylines. And speaking of storylines, how about the mascot for Georgia? Literally trying to bite on Auburn wide receiver. That's how real this rivalry is.
Keep it on the ground. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Makes the grab. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the 1st.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
The Bulldogs come to the line with a new set of downs. Drops back on 1st down. Finds his man. He snagged him, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
And the Bulldogs can really attack on this 2nd and short. Quickly out to the tight end. Still on his feet. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24. This defense, his head is spinning.
You know, there used to be a time in college football where tight ends were just possession receivers. You'd throw it to them, and they would go down right away. Not this guy. That was a short throw. And then he shows you the athleticism once he has the ball in his hands. That's why he is such a tough matchup for any defense. Man, he's a problem.
Georgia going back to work with another first down. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it. It's Frazier. There he goes. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
And already this guy is leaving his mark on this game. Opening drive, back-to-back runs where he's found a way to get positive yards. He was able to pick up the first on that last carry. They should keep feeding him the football. The more success they have, it's going to open up the play-action game.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Georgia!
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And it was punctuated by an 11-yard run for the score. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it away at the 25. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet. You open a drive like that, and the entire playbook opens up on first down from the 44. Hits inside, it's Cobb. Tackled almost immediately, not a whole lot on that one.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Handoff again. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Running inside, it's Cobb. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
I like the bounce back for this offense. You go 3 and out, they don't get frustrated. They don't get down. Nice job going back to the drawing board, creating some good plays. Now here in a rhythm, moving the football.
follows his blocks. It's Cobb. Breaks into the open.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Quick give. It's Cobb. Not much room to run. Let's give him 1 to the 33.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Well, guys, it's Georgia holding the lead at the end of the quarter. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Right at the line. They are on the move as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Straight ahead, it's Cobb. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Sends it back in motion. Brown will throw it. Back's got it on the screen. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
Looking for the edge. Tackled behind the line, and he'll lose 1 on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his...
Entering settings screen, you have 30 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Subtitle accessibility option to toggle menu narration. Audio is only available when connected to a source.
Third down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. From the gun, wants to pass. They make the stop at the 2, but he's got enough to give them a first and goal.
That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? This is a big third down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown here and make this thing interesting.
After another clutch third down conversion, it's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Bryson Washington. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. There have been miniseries, novels, movies, long-form plays that have been over in shorter period of time than that drive. That was a marathon.
And that's just so frustrating when you're a defensive guy, time and time again, trying to get the stops, and they just keep making the plays, and they punch it in for a touchdown. Demoralizing.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
Give to the running back. He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play.
Well, it feels like each and every year when you talk Georgia and their ability running the football, they are about as deep at that position in running back as anybody in college football. You look to last year, David, it felt like every game there was 5 or 6 guys. It was Nate Frazier and 4 other dudes all getting it done. They recruit so well at that position. They bring in fresh bodies. They wear defenses down. We expect that to be the same thing this year.
They do, but I tell you what, man, the highlighter to me, the top guy is Nate Frazier. And them keeping him this offseason, there's a lot of people that were trying to make him a very rich man. And I'm not saying he's not a rich man at Georgia, but, like, he is the superstar. He's got great feet. You saw him take next steps after his freshman year. And this guy really has dynamic quickness. He explodes through the hole, home run speed, doesn't mess around, has really proven to be a great back.
Georgia ready to dial it up on another first down. Rid of it on the RPO. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
And those aren't the guys I'm leaving open on defense. These slot wide receivers, they've got the space in the middle of the field to work. I got to make sure that I got somebody inside of him. I got somebody outside of him. I can't give him the football because a lot of times these guys, they're good with it after the catch. They got that quickness. They got that speed, and he showed some of it there.
Off play action on first down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Long way to go on second down. Handoff, Frazier running left. It's a running into the house. Touchdown, Dogs!
Well, on that run, he shows you why he's so dynamic. He's got all the tools in the toolbox to hit the home run, David, and they're going to stay patient with him. They know they're not going to score a touchdown every single time they give it to him, but he is that guy that can break the game wide open for this offense. Expect more from him.
Yeah, and then once you start giving it to him, you create that balance on offense. Then you can play action and suck those linebackers up. So it's only going to help this offense make it more two-dimensional as opposed to one. Get the running game going, and then it opens up the pass.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Snags a quick pass on the left. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. man. Looks as if Auburn will have enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
And on defense, you make the tackle after the catch for a first down. Now you got to go get lined up again because the offense is going fast.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Wide open downfield. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. The run inside. It's Cobb. Dropped immediately. He got nothing on first down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Catch in the middle, it's Singleton. They pick up the first down. They'll mark him at the 34. Got to be expeditious here.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Snap on first down, wants to throw. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. Missed receiver there, it's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Brown will throw it. Makes the grab. It's Singleton. Stopped just inside the 25. Will mark it at the 24. Pickup of 10 and a first down. Auburn calls its second of 3 timeouts. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to throw on first. Going for it all. He caught it. They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be first and goal. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And backed up, first and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. The snap sets up the throw. Looking for the goal line. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We start with Baylor taking on the number 21 team, the TCU Horned Frogs. And it's the Bears able to pull off the upset in this one, but by the narrowest of margins. And there is still a lot of work to do on the season, but they get back to 2-4 in the standings. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Throws to the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line. And he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Fresh set of downs going up top. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. Georgia coming out with the fresh set of downs. Handoff, Frazier running left. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Still looking to his right. Fires to the tight end. Brought down at the 32-yard line. Picks up 15 yards on the play and an important 1st down. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
Here's a give to Frazier. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
That's a really good stop by the defense, Jesse. They need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling this running game on the last couple of snaps.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
Out wide right, it's Humphries. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Bulldog! The Dogs are starting to hunker down, and they are sinking their teeth into the Deep South's oldest rivalry.
And the red and black going crazy, the fans going nuts, and Georgia has dominated this rivalry of late. Auburn fans are sick and tired of the Dogs. Man, they got to do something about it.
And he made the extra point without problem. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. So this second half didn't exactly start the way they had hoped on defense, and now the offense will try to answer with a score of its own. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Offense in a split backfield. Brown wants to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Washington. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Man, that's really good defense. That's discipline, man. Understanding covering top to bottom, but not leaving the running back with a lot of space. They throw that football out to the flats. They break on it right now, give up absolutely no yardage. Nice job seeing it, breaking on it, and making the play.
Tells to fake. Still looking. He'll pull it down and run. Couple of guys there to get him on the ground. Auburn to the line in a hurry. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab. He'll be dragged to the ground, but it'll be a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Brown will throw it. Flush to the left. And he gets it away.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
2nd down, gonna throw it. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. From the red zone, looking for a man. Just had to get rid of him.
And we were talking about it at half, guys. Like, how are they going to crack this puzzle, right? This defense is so elite in the first half. Second half, they come out, they're trying to throw the football, man. I just don't know where the weaknesses are. They're going to have to keep working and keep trying to make that big play and stay aggressive. But so far, on every level of this defense, they've been dominant.
Final play of the quarter coming. Selling the fake. Looking down the middle. It falls incomplete, and that'll be the final play of the period. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Brown wants to pass. Rushes on. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on third down.
And that's kind of how their day's gone, right? Like they haven't protected their guy up front, and that's why they haven't been explosive and scored a bunch of points, man. Position number one for every offense.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Snapped it, and he has to have it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Yeah, and unfortunately in the fourth quarter, losing, you got to put the foot on the accelerator. You got to make something happen. So I get they had to be aggressive and go for it. They just can't seem to get this offense to make plays when they need it the most.
Here comes the Georgia offense, ready to go on the attack. After that big stop by the defense, now they can solve this thing. Snags it, and there's running room. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Direct snap. It's Frazier. He breaks a tackle. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The give, running right, it's Frazier. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
The Dogs getting set on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Stockton. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. There he goes to the right. Touchdown, Tigers! And they turn it into a defensive score.
Oh, they could not have come up with a bigger play at a more opportune time. The defense getting the interception and taking it back to the house right at a point in the game when it looked like the offense was maybe going to pad their lead and seal this one. All of a sudden, this game has gotten really interesting.
They want to throw it. And he snatches it and comes down in the end zone for the 2.
How about that for a momentum swing? Your defense gets the pick 6, offense comes right back on the field, and they get the 2-point conversion.
Bringing it out. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Frazier again. Ran through the contact. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a first down.
If It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Hit and dropped, and he got nothing on first down.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. Slides past the sticks, and he converts on second and long. Great awareness on the scramble.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the fourth quarter, one possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Handoff for Frazier. The defense there to make the stop, and he barreled right into the teeth of the monster and picked up 4.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. And here comes the offense on second down. Frazier again. Taken down.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure right now on this down if you're on offense because your last 2 plays have gone nowhere. You know the defense just needs to get the football back to give their team an opportunity to go win the game, so you're probably going to have to throw to get this first down. A lot of pressure here on the quarterback, Dave.
Yeah, and how I throw, I think, is important. This is a time where I love moving my quarterback outside the pocket, making it an easy throw, or let him run the football, and if he doesn't get it, the clock still ticks. It's still my friend.
On play action. Rolls right. Unleashes one. Got his man on the right. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
And what a big conversion by the offense there. With the lead late, you're just trying to stay on the field and bleed the clock. At this point, it's tick, 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 tick. Let's run this clock down as low as we can before we snap it.
Here's a gift to Frazier. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
He's changing the play. Frazier again. Oh, he's got some. Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. And this fumble bounces out of bounds.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. They extend this fourth quarter lead, and now they are staring at a 7-game winning streak.
And the offense continues to run the football. The second rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
And the extra point makes this a 13-point game here in the fourth. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on 1st down. Brown will throw it. He wants a big play here late. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Time is not on their side right now. They can't afford too many more incompletions like that. They need to come up with some connections, and they've got to score points. They've got to get this passing game going now.
The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw, and he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
He's taking a deep shot. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
After being stopped there on 4th down, this game's pretty much over. They were going to have to go down in a 2-minute situation, put at least 7 up on the board. They couldn't get it done. Things just haven't gone their way. It's been that type of day today. They're going to leave the stadium with the loss.
He'll be brought down quickly after a very short game.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Gets the back moving. Frazier again. Fighting off the defender. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. He's piled up 112 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. Running the red zone, it's Frazier. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
Caught in the backfield, it's Frazier. Hard running there. Goes out of bounds on the play, and he's got him set up 1st and goal.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
And they don't have to go for a touchdown here with this little time left and with the lead, but they might anyway. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0. The Bulldogs using their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Brown wants to pass. Under pressure. And they got him.
Yeah, and they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays. But this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
It is Georgia taking home the W in the Deep South's oldest rivalry. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.